of the practical aspects of this part of Bhagavatam. Hearing from Srila Prabhupada, it's letter that Srila Prabhupada wanted these four things to be explained with the help of Srimad Bhagavatam. How the day and night is happening, how the months and years are happening, how the moon changes its phases, and how the seasons are changing and eclipses happening. Some basic things. So in the last week, we kind of saw how on a normal basis the sun is moving in a clockwise direction and also moon going along with it. As a result of that, how day and night is happening, and how by the combination of different days, because of the relative motion of the sun and moon with respect to Kala Chakra, how we are having months. So in a year we have 12 lunar months and 12 solar months, and one solar month will last for 365 days. One lunar month will last, sorry, one solar year lasts for 365 days. One lunar year lasts for 355 days. There is a difference of 10 days between these two. And by adding these 10 days for 3 years, there will be an additional month, which is called Adhika Mas, over every 3 years. So such kind of things we have seen the last time. And today, we'll continue from there on. We'll try to see how, because of this relative motion between sun and moon, as you see in this animation, the moon changes its phases. How we are able to see the moon few days completely, few days gradually reducing, and few days you can't even see. So that will be explained now. Before going further, any one of you have any questions based on the previous discussions?
No, Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Matish.
Then, Prabhuji, that distance between the moon and the sun, it is taken 108 times. That is 108 is the base. Is there any connection that with our chanting of 108 or something?
Not
This
exactly.
108.
I don't know, because 108 is a prominent number, a special number that is like whenever we go to temple, no? We say that
Yes.
Ashtottara Namarchana.
Yes.
Lord Vishnu's Ashtottara Shata, 108 names, and Durga Devi 108 names, like that. 108 is a common thing, it is there in every aspect of our life.
Okay.
Same way, the sun, moon, and earth also related with 108.
That is why I was asking why that is taken as a base. That's so. It's just
why I don't know, but it is there. It is there from the very beginning. In every aspect that we see, there is 108. Some say that even within our body also, that 108 has taken prominent position. There are many things in connection to 108. 108 chakras, 108 nadis, and 108 joints, something like that they say.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Matish.
Prabhuji, when we say that particular person, Rashi is this, what exactly it means? Like how it is decided that?
Okay, you see this picture. I'll come to you. You see here. See, this is like one Amavasya day. On this particular day, sun is here, moon is here. And if, for example, here you see this point, it is like the 15th March, and this point is 13th April. So from here to here, it would take around 30 days. So now sun has moved from here to here. So what would be the approximate date now? Maybe 5 days before we can say. Here till here, 15 days, 20 days, 25 days. So 13th April minus 5 days. It is like 8th April.
8th April.
So on 8th April, somebody is born. So on that day, the sun is in Meena Rashi and Revati Nakshatra. Are you getting? So based on the sun's position, you are here. Earth is here, you are here. When you look down upward, the sun will be seen in Revati Nakshatra as well as in Meena Rashi. Similarly, the moon is also seen in Revati Nakshatra and Meena Rashi. That is on 8th April. 15 days later, sun will go from here to here, 15 degrees go. And moon will go from here to all the way here, because every day moon goes ahead by 13 degrees. Na? So in 15 days, 180 plus 15 degrees, something like that goes. So now, April 8th plus 15, April 18 plus 5, April 23. Somebody is born on April 23 here. On April 23, somebody is born. On that day, the sun is in Mesha Rashi and sun is in Ashwini Nakshatra. And moon is in Tula Rashi and moon is in Chitra Nakshatra. So, generally, in relation to sun, the Rashi is taken as important thing. And in relation to moon, the Nakshatra is taken as important thing. So, whenever somebody is born, they will ask, so what is your sun sign? What is your sign? Sun sign is Mesha or Aries. And the star, what is your star? They say. Star matlab, in which nakshatra the moon is there. The moon was in Chitra Nakshatra. So if I was born on this particular date, that April 23rd, so my sun sign is Mesha, my moon star is Chitra. If somebody specifically said that what is your sun star, then sun star is Ashwini. Somebody said that what is your moon sign, the moon sign is Tula. Sign means Rashi, star means Nakshatra. Like that.
Okay.
So like this, for all the planets can be understood in which nakshatra, which star they are there on the particular time can be known.
But here, Prabhuji, you mentioned that moon in Tula, na? You said.
Moon is in Tula Rashi and Chitra
sun
Nakshatra.
is in Rashi.
Sun is in Mesha Rashi. From here
So
to here
both
is
are
Mesha.
Rashi only, na, Prabhuji? Like you said, both are Rashi only, na? Because you mentioned that in respect to moon, the nakshatra will be more important, and in respect to sun, the Rashi will be. But Tula and Mesha both are Rashis only, na, Prabhuji? They are not nakshatra. Tula is not a nakshatra.
You are not following. I said, they'll ask, what is your sun sign? Sun sign is Mesha. And they'll ask, what is your moon star? Moon star is Chitra.
Okay, Chitra.
So otherwise, somebody simply, they don't ask moon star also. They simply ask, what is your nakshatra? Nakshatra means at the time of birth in which nakshatra the moon is in. So the moon was in Chitra. So it is Chitra Nakshatra.
So on that particular day on the earth, whichever living beings are taken birth, they will all have same Rashi, na, Prabhuji?
Yeah, yes. Same Rashi, same Nakshatra.
Okay. And like for means we see for the human beings, we don't see for other living entities. But other living entities who take birth on those must also be getting affected by particular this kind of arrangements. Now, how the human beings get.
It does not matter whether it is getting affected to them because their life is already predetermined. That cannot be changed. All the Vedic literature are specifically meant for human beings, not for anybody else. All this understanding and science is all meant for human beings only, not for any other living entity. All other living entities are simply going through karma. Only human beings have given the special privilege to understand what is our karma and try to regulate our life events and then progress further.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yes, correct. Any other devotees?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, we can
Hare
ask
Krishna.
questions currently. Sorry. Yeah, Mataji, go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This this Rashi Chakra and the circle of the nakshatras, they have fixed places, no? Like that, their positions don't change.
No. So in the sense, this Ashwini will be always with Mesha, Bharani will be always with Mesha only, in that way. So,
yeah, they don't move.
They don't. But normally they keep moving, na? Every day they keep moving. And a daily motion, then Rashi Nakshatras are also keep moving. Along with them, they are taking the planets also.
Yes, so
See,
like you said, they don't
uh,
exchange places or something.
among themselves, they don't exchange places.
Okay, it's always in
But
that order.
in a day, they also keep moving. Just now we showed the animation. No? So, see, these nakshatras and rashis are there. They are moving and they are taking along with them the sun and moon. But sun and moon have relative speed. The nakshatras and rashis are same, fixed. They are like permanently fixed. They don't interchange their position among themselves. But the sun and moon seems to be going backward because of the relative motion, because of slow speed. Like that.
Yes, thank you.
So every day, just like we see sun rising and setting in the evening, there is Rashis and Nakshatra also rising and setting in the morning. Almost. There is a difference of 4 minutes in a day. The sun lags behind by 4 minutes. For example, today, the Mesha is rising at 6 a.m. The sun will rise at also 6 a.m. And tomorrow morning, the Mesha will rise at 5:56 and sun will rise at 6. So every day, the Mesha will go 4 minutes faster than sun. So something like that. There is a difference of 4 minutes between them. And moon, the moon and sun difference is about 1 muhurta. Today sun is rising at 6 a.m. So moon and moon also rising at 6 a.m. because it is Amavasya. So tomorrow the sun will rise at 6 a.m. The moon will rise at 6:48 a.m. 48 minutes late होगा. अगला दिन और 48 minutes late होगा. अगला दिन और 48 minutes late होगा. Like that after 15 days, what happens? Sun rises at 6 a.m. The moon is not rising only, and sun sets at 6 p.m. That time sun rises. Sorry, that time moon rises. And the Paurnami, when the sun is setting around 6 p.m. in the evening, the moon will be rising this side. Because it is about 15 days, 15 days into 48 minutes. That will be around 12 hours. So like that. This is how there is an interrelation among them. Okay. Yes, Madhav, Mataji.
Prabhuji, actually, we are discussing about this currently sun and moon and day and night. Na? So, जो previous जो cosmology था, if we have any doubt afterwards, we should ask them because currently
yeah. We will discuss at the end that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Now let us go ahead with this. Okay. So anyway, these things, this animation will keep repeating. You will get to see more and more, so that you get more clarity also. Now let us see the face of the moon. How Amavasya onwards, Paurnami tak, why the moon is keep changing. For example, last week we had this Sharad Purnima. Last week, this week only, few days back, Sharad Purnima started. That was like full moon day, and now things are going on. I think last Saturday only. Na? So in a week's time, we are going to have Diwali. Diwali will come on Amavasya. So like on Sharad Purnima day, we saw the moon was rising evening 6 p.m. and it was full moon. And every day we see the moon will be rising 1 muhurta later. So now today it is almost like 1 week, 7 days. So 7 times 48 minutes. So approximately would be like 5 hours. We can say that 5 hours 15 minutes, something like that. So today the moon will rise 5 hours later. The sun sets. Assume that sun has set at 6 p.m. and the moon will rise around 11 p.m. in the night. And on the Paurnami day we saw the full moon, but today we'll see very little more than half moon. And tomorrow it will be like Saptami Ashtami in between. So we see half moon only. And in 7 days ahead, by the next week, next Sunday, when Diwali will come, we can't even see the moon. There are two reasons. We'll see now. Now we'll explain that. So one is the moon and sun rise together only early morning, 6 a.m. So the moon is in front of the sun because sunlight is so bright, we can't see any object which is in front of the sun or along with the sun because it will disappear in that brightness. That is the main reason. So now let us see. See, on the Amavasya day, like on Diwali, which is going to come few days later next week, sun and moon will be rising together. So when sun is here, the sun rays which will fall on this part of the moon, this part of the moon will become bright, and this part of the moon will be seen by people on the earth. On the earth, whether you may be here, anywhere, we'll get to see this part of the moon, because in a day, the sun and moon both will make one circle. So when we are here, you see here, after some 6 hours, the moon will come here. People will see from here. Then 6 hours later, moon will come here. Then people will see from here, like that. But on that day, both will travel together. Sun, moon travel together. So always throughout the day, this part of the moon is bright and this part of the moon is dark. So we see only dark portion of the moon. But since it is in front of the sun brightness is so much, we can't even see any black object is there in front of us. That's why we don't see any moon on the Amavasya day. A day later, because the moon lags behind by one day's time period, that is about 12 degrees. So we'll get to see small portion of the moon. So this much. So whatever the moon which is inside this circle, that is what we see. So here, because the sun, actually this picture you may not able to get clarity, but sun is actually very far distant. Earth to moon is 30,000 yojanas, and Earth to sun is 12 million yojanas. So you see the ratio. From year to year 30,000, from year to year 12 million. If you take the ratio 0.03 and 12, 12 is to 0.03, or 3 is to 1200, or 1 is to 4000, to 400, 1 is to 400. So 400 times farther the sun is located. So in that way, whether moon is here, always toward the sun portion will be bright. So like that, day after day, in 7 and 8 days, on Ashtami Tak, this part of the moon is bright and this part of the moon is dark, because sun is this side, and this portion what we see half moon dark and half moon bright on the Ashtami day. So tonight and tomorrow night, you get to see this kind of moon. And then as days pass by, slowly, you get to see the full moon. Like that. Because the sun and moon are quite opposite. When sun is rising, moon will set. When sun is setting, moon will rise. So throughout the night on the Purnami day, we get to see the moon and full moon, because it's exactly opposite. And this part of the moon is bright by the sunlight, and we from the earth will see this part of the moon. And after Purnami, day after day, the moon's brightness, the portion of the moon which is seen by us will be reduced by 12 degrees. So in 7-8 days we see half moon, in another 7-8 days we see full dark, no moon at all. So like that, on the Amavasya we see this kind of moon. The first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, like that. 15 days later, Purnami we see this kind of full moon, then gradually reducing, and again Amavasya, 0 8 moon. So this is how increasing and decreasing. So here there is an animation. There are two ways. One is top. You can see from the top how the sun and moon are moving, and how the in which part of the moon is brightened by sun, etc. That we can see from the front view. Like you are on the surface of the earth in India, and if you are observing the sun and moon over a period of 1 month, so you can see everything clearly. When the moon is rising, when the sun is rising and sun is setting, when the moon is rising and moon is setting, and how much portion of the moon is seen by us on each day, you can see it clearly. On Amavasya day, both are together. We don't see any moon. What moon we see is here. Hare Krishna, you are able to see?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, now you start again. You see, this is what we see, but this is on the top, in order to understand what the phenomenon is happening. So day after day, the amount of the moon seen by us gradually increasing. And which part of the earth is bright, which part of the earth is dark? See, half moon we are seeing now, 7.5 days over. And on the top, we can see number of days, how many number of days are completed also is there on the top. Now we like full moon, almost. You get to see the full moon now. See, exactly opposite. Now sun is rising with respect to India. Now moon is rising. Sun sets and moon rises one muhurta later. So day after day after day, the moon keeps rising one muhurta later. So after Paurnami, this is what is happening. 3 days are over. Fourth day is going on. 4 days are over. Fifth day is going on. Sixth day is going on. So this kind of moon we see today, tonight and tomorrow, we see this kind of half moon. So it's like that. And it is further reducing. So from tomorrow onwards, all the way up to Diwali, the moon starts coming close to sun, and we'll get to see only 0th moon. On Amavasya, we don't see any moon only. So it is like that. Because of the relative motion between the sun and moon, over a period of 30 days, we saw how the amount of moon that we see is initially gradually increasing all the way up to full moon day, and then gradually decreasing, starting from full moon day to new moon day. This is how the moon phases are changing because of the relative motion of sun and moon with respect to Kala Chakra and within themselves also. So it is like that. So this is like the physical phenomena because of the relative motion of the sun and moon. We say that the sun and moon are the moon is gradually becoming visible and becoming invisible for every fortnight. And there is a Shastric understanding also for this. Bhagavatam also talks about it, and Mahabharata also talks about it. So yesterday we saw that the 27 nakshatras are occupied by the 27 daughters of Daksha, who are given in marriage to moon god. So after marrying, the moon started showing special favoritism towards Rohini. Rohini is there somewhere. Here, Rohini is there. The moon was so much happy with Rohini and was spending a lot of time with Rohini. So other daughters became disappointed that our husband is not taking care of us. They went and informed Daksha. So Daksha became angry with moon. He cursed him to get disease, a kind of disease. What is that? Ekshma Grahardita. So in our language, we can say it is Kushturo. So he said that you are proud of your beauty. You are proud of your brightness. May you lose your beauty. You become unapproachable, something like that. So then Moon went and begged forgiveness from Daksha and he said, by cursing me, you are only causing trouble to your daughters. So I will not do such kind of mistake hereafter and I will take care of all your daughters properly. Like that he said. So then Daksha said, no, I am anyway cursed, I can't do anything. You please go to Prabhas and worship Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva can help you. Some say moon god came to Prabhas and worshipped Somnath. That Lord Shiva there. Eventually that Lord Shiva became Somnath. And some say that the moon god came to Udupi and worshipped Lord Shiva there. That's why that place became Udupi. Udupi means Udupa. Udupa means moon god. The moon god himself came to Udupi and worshipped Lord Shiva and obtained his blessing. That's why the place became Udupi. Or the Prabhas Kshetra, where the Lord Shiva's temple, that place became Somanath because of this pastime only. But in either case, whether moon has gone to Udupi or Somanath, we don't know. But he has gone to Lord Shiva and worshipped, and Lord Shiva said that anyway, I cannot nullify the curse entirely. But as a result of the curse of your father-in-law, your brightness will reduce for 15 days. Paurnami to Amavasya. And I'll bless you that in another 15 days, again you will regain your brightness. So as a result of that, 15 days the moon is gradually reducing because of the curse of Daksha. Another 15 days the moon is increasing its brightness because of the blessing of Lord Shiva. So moon god was like that. And then there is also another reference from Vedas and other Puranas, etc. etc. It is said that we discussed this story already, that whatever water evaporated by sun, it directly goes to moon, and the moon extracts the essence of that evaporated water from it, and it is stored as somarasa on the surface of the moon, and the remaining water after the essence is extracted, the remaining water will come down and form clouds, and eventually the downpour like the rains. But every day, like that, the moon is extracting more and more essence from the evaporated water, and that is stored as somarasa, and that is gradually increasing. So based on the amount somarasa the moon collected on the moon surface, that much moon is visible to us by bright white color. That because somarasa is in white in color like milk. So this is another pastime which talks about the moon is gradually increasing for 15 days. So starting from Amavasya on the way up to Paurnami, or starting from Pratipada all the way up to Paurnami, the entire surface is filled with Somarasa. So the moon's surface is filled with Somarasa. And moon god invites all the devatas, please come and take your share. All the devatas will assemble on the surface of the moon and they accept the Somarasa. Day by day, day by day. Since they are drinking Somarasa, the quantity of Somarasa that is there on the surface of the moon gradually reduces. The moon is seen by us slowly reducing. So till Amavasya midday, till noon time of Amavasya, the devatas drink, they go out, and the host, the people who are living on the moon are the Pitur devatas. The host will eat after the guest has left. Then the host will eat on the Amavasya day, the second half of the Amavasya day. They eat the remaining remnants of their Somarasa. That's why the host, who are the Pitrus, are called Pushmabhagahi Pitara. Those who eat stream. Basically, somarasa is nothing but the essence of the evaporated water, and they survive on this particular remnants, on this particular somarasa. So this is how also happens what is happening now. So it is not that only because of one thing is happening, but all these things are actually true because of by the combination of all these things, the moon is getting seen by us gradually increasing for 10 days and decreasing for another 10 days. So this is how it is happening. So this is mentioned in the Linga Purana, Adhyaya 3, section number 8 to 13. All these verses are here. So it is like that. So like that, we have seen the sun and moon are moving around pole star and also earth globe along with the Kala Chakra. As a result of that, we have day and night, the months, Adhika Masa, Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha, the relative motion of the moon with respect to sun, with respect to Kala Chakra, all these things are there. After this, now we'll see how the remaining planets are traveling, at what speed they will be moving around. So before that, any question related to this phase of the moon?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
Yes,
you mentioned that moon is 30,000 yojanas away and the sun is 12 lakh yojanas away.
12 million. 12 million.
Sorry, 12 million yojanas away. So that is, we are counting the distance from the earth, na Prabhuji, because in that total diagram we see now of the whole what cross section of the universe. So in that diagram, it is mentioned in sun's orbit to moon's orbit, it is 0.1 million yojana, like that they mentioned. So that is the difference between the orbit we should understand, na? And this is the distance from the earth, like that. I'm confused actually.
See, I showed here from here to here 30,000. And from year to year, 12 million.
So that is lengthwise. And this 0.1 million is height wise, means the difference between the both of
Don't remember that 0.1, because that 0.1 will make us confused so much. For now, they are on the same plane. They are on the same plane. They are running on the same plane. Forget about the 0.1. Don't worry about the 0.1. Ignore that 0.1, then it makes sense. If you keep 0.1 again, difficult to imagine. They are on the same plane and
because
things are
their
moving like
level
that.
becomes different then. Okay, great.
Okay. Other devotees? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Madhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, these pitaras, they eat only steam. So when we offer offerings to the pitrus in the Pitru Paksha during the recent season, we cook food for them. So that food, they take only the steam from the food, or some, what is?
No.
How does it reach them?
This Somarasa is like, even that also, see, this Somarasa is like the regular meal. Every day, according to them, every Amavasya, their lunchtime, they eat. And when we offer Shraddha, that will also go to forefathers. But for those people who are offering, whom we are offering, we are not sure whether they are in the moon planet or not. If they have gone to Pitraloka, they are in moon planet. The Shraddha that we are offering on Pitru Paksha, that Pitru, we may say Pitru Shraddha, that is actually to our forefathers. Whether they have gone to Pitraloka or not, we don't know. Wherever they may be, we are offering to them. If they are in Pitraloka, it will go to them only. It will only for those people for whom we offer. Maybe 2-3 people only, not everyone. But this eating stream is like for everyone. But in case of yajna, when yajna is performed, in the yajna there is an offering. Just like we say, idam indraya nama, idam nama, idam chandraya nama, idam nama, idam pitraya nama, idam nama. That kind of offering is there. So that offering will go to all the pitrus combinedly. That kind of thing is like a feast. This steam thing is like regular menu, raita, sabji, chapati. On yajna, it is like the feast. And then we are offering Shraddha, that will go to only few people. That is like the feast again.
So the
if they are in the Pitraloka.
The steam they eat is only from the somras.
No, that steam is Somarasa.
Okay, that's
The moon will extract the essence from the steam. That essence is Somarasa. So first they feed all the devatas who are the guests, and then they themselves will honor the remnants. That is Somarasa.
Okay.
We say, na, people want to go to moon so that they will be able to drink Somarasa, they will enjoy Somarasa. That Somarasa is made from the hot vapor.
Okay. So the food has nothing to do with it. Thank you.
See, it is not like that. What food you are talking about?
Every year and during this 15 days of Pitru.
See, that's what I'm saying. If they are in the Pitraloka, it will go
they
to
will
them.
Get the food.
Yes. Food means not the food the way it is. It's transformation. It's whatever the way they get it. Like in Yajna, we offer ghee and we offer grains, the Navadanyas. But the Devatas will not get that. The Devatas will get a transformed version of that. So it is like that. The food that we eat is only meant for earthly beings. The heavenly beings can't, they cannot correlate with the food which we eat. Their food is somarasa or nectar. So the food oblations we offer on that day, whether in fire or in the water, that will get transformed. It will transform into that particular way, which is suitable for them in their location, wherever they are. So it is like that.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, whatever you were discussing with Mastaji, so whether we say that crow comes and things like that, really that crow does have any effect, means whether any role, or it just
see, that crow thing is emerage. Yamaraj gave a blessing that if somebody is there in my place, if the crow eats, it will reach them. Crow becomes the via medium. Crow becomes the postman. Yes, that is there. But that is in relation to Yamaraj, Yamaloka.
Okay. So that is
Even
that
not only Yamaloka, wherever they may be, especially Yamaraj when he gives, if they are in my abode, if the crow eats, it will definitely reach them. And they will be delivered from Yamaloka eventually, very soon, as a result of that.
okay. So that is it is more it is important that the crow should eat like that.
Ah, yes.
Okay. But that means everyone have gone to Yamaloka. That is how we should understand, because the crow means Yamaraj. You were saying, no, means his
Hmm.
Vahan.
Hmm. No. Yamaraj Vahan is not crow. Yamaraj became crow. That's why he gave that blessing to a crow.
Okay.
Yamaraj
So
Vahan
that
is that is buffalo.
okay, because all the Pitrus we offer now, whomsoever have passed away in the family like that. So all of them have gone to Yamaloka. That is how we should understand. Um,
See,
because of
it
the
does not
crow.
matter. It's okay. See, crow thing is mainly considered to be on 13th day. They say they offer to crow and they say crow should be eaten and all. But I don't think so that every year some crow should come and eat and all. They follow. But in any case, see, where they have gone, where they have not gone, we don't know. We should
Yeah.
follow the procedure which is given in the Vedic literature. That's all. Whether they may be in Yamaloka or in Sargaloka or Pitraloka, it will go. It is a culture. So we should follow that.
And one more thing, Praveen, yeah, that the Pitrus which drink this Somarasa on the 15th day after Devatas, those Pitrus are those who are staying on the moon planet
Yes,
itself.
yes, yes, yes. Those who are in the
Yeah,
moon only. Only those people.
not those Pitrus which are in the down planet near the hellish planets. Also, there is one Pitru
Yes.
planet. Na?
Yeah. If they were also invited, they may also come and take. Otherwise, they will not take. Otherwise, they will have another way of receiving them.
Okay.
Whomsoever the moon Pitruloka people invite, they will come and honor it.
Okay. So those both the Pitrus are there is some difference, Prabhuji, or they are the same kind only?
See, elder brother, younger brother, jaisa.
Okay, okay.
The children of the elder brother and children of the younger brother.
Okay. Yeah.
तो दोनों भाई प्रॉपर्टी डिवाइड किया, एक इधर है एक उधर है, बस उतना है.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji,
Little louder.
the crow. Prabhuji, you were mentioning now the crow that crow is a vehicle. That is another story.
Hmm.
Can you share that if you have time?
No. In Ramayana, you must have heard sometime there was Ravanasura. He was going everywhere and trying to create problems. At one point of time, Marutu was performing an yajna. All the devatas were invited there. They were all there. So Ravana came there. While Ravana coming there, all the devatas transformed themselves into different animals. Indra became peacock. Yamaraj became crow. And one more person became deer. Something like that. It is there. So, and Ravana came and Marut accepted defeat. And Ravana went back. रावण के लिए डिफीट करने का, युद्ध करने के बिना ही बोले मैं आपको सरेंडर करता हूँ, डिफीट हो गए. Ravana went back. So after Ravana went back, all these devatas who assumed that particular species because they were saved from the vision of Ravana, they blessed. So Indra said that whenever rain comes, peacock will become happy and giant dance jubilantly. So peacock ban gaye. Somebody else became deer. They said the deer becomes happy and dances whenever there is spring season, something like that. And Yamaraj became crow. Yamaraj said that whoever offers Shraddha rites in the sense on 13th day when somebody passed away, the Pinda Darpan, if the crow eats, that actually will come to whomsoever they offer. So they like that.
Okay.
In that way.
Thank
That's
you.
how the devatas pronounced a kind of blessing. There is there in the Ramayana. For more details, you can read Ramayana Uttarakanda. The last portion of Ramayana it is there.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
See, these are all cultural aspects. So some pastime will be connected to all these things, and we consider. Some people take it so seriously. Some people does not take it seriously. They take it lightly, and they say that these are blind faith and all. So different people have different perception, different things. But whatever it is, there is a culture. It has a significance. It has some what you can say, some role to play in the bringing of our personality. So how much to follow, how much not to follow, it depends on the individual, it depends on the circumstances, it depends on the surrounding, all these things are there. But it is like that. This is my understanding. So now the thing is that where are they? Where are they gone? What to do? What not to do? The Pitraloka, Sargaloka, this loka, that loka, it does not matter. The cultural aspect is that as long as one is grasta, since we have received so much from our parents and they have received so much from their parents, they have received so much from their parents, as a token of expressing our gratitude to them yearly once on the tithi of their disappearance or the departure or on the Pitrupaksha day, Pitru Amavasya or whatever, we can just show our gratitude to them by dedicating half day of ours. So doing the needful, if possible, go to a holy place and offer Pindatarpan or invite some priest and do the needful accordingly. We can't invite a priest and we can't go to holy place also and do the needful. So to the best possible way, do it properly so that we are following the culture and we are transporting the culture to the next generation. If we stop doing all these things, the next generation will not even know only all these things. So it is like that. So just now we saw about sun and moon traveling along with the Kala Chakra. So similarly, all other planets also will move. So here we have a small table. How, at what speeds the remaining planets are moving around? We saw that with respect to Kala Chakra, the sun is lying behind by 1 degree approximately every day. The moon is lying behind by 13 degrees. Similarly, Bhagavatam says that Shukra and Buddha are also lying behind by 1 degree. They also move like the sun. These three are the same speed difference. And sun is lying behind by 1 degree. The Mars is lying behind by 2/3 degree, 0.67 degrees. Jupiter 1/12 degree. Saturn 1/30th degree. And Rahu and Ketu, they actually go ahead of Kala Chakra. They are much faster than Kala Chakra. And they are ahead by 1/18th degree. So like that. So because this relative motion, when Kala Chakra is moving around, every day these planets are lying behind. As a result of that, they may one backward motion. The sun and moon will make, the sun and Venus and Mercury make one round in a year. The moon will make one round in 27 days. Mars will make one round in 1.5 years. Jupiter 12 years. Saturn 30 years. And Rahu, since Rahu Ketu going a little faster than Kala Chakra, so in the forward direction they make one round in 18 years. So these are there. So now we'll see how on a normal day, how all these things are moving along with Kala Chakra and makes one round in every 24 hours approximately. But for a period of time, just like sun is completing one round in the backward direction in a year, the moon is completing one backward round in 27 days. The Mercury and Venus also complete one backward round in 1 year. The Mars will take 1.5 years. Jupiter will take 12 years. Saturn will take 30 years. And Rahu Ketu will take 18 years to do one forward round. These things we'll try to see in the animation. So this is a picture from Bhuvala Vananam. They draw the Shishimar Chakra as a scorpion. So here is the Bhumandala, here is the pole star. Each and every planet is connected to the pole star and Shishimar Chakra by 2 ropes. So this is the planet, for example. One rope to Dhruvaloka, one rope to Shishimara. This is horizontal rope. Just like sun we had, the sun had one axle, horizontal axle, and there is a rope to Dhruvaloka. With the help of these two, the sun's motion is governed or controlled. Similarly, the motion of all other planets is also controlled with the help of these two ropes. So here you see, on a normal day, all these planets are moving in the clockwise direction along with the Kala Chakra. So here we have Sun, this is Moon, this is Saptarushi Mandal, Rahu, Ketu. This diamond thing is Saptarushi Mandal, this is Rahu Ketu. Here we have Mercury, this is Venus, this is Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. The green one is Jupiter, red one is Mars. So on a normal day, they are moving in a clockwise direction only. So again, we start from the beginning. You can see on a normal day, they are moving in the clockwise direction only. See, all these planets are starting together. They are moving in the clockwise direction. I kept Mercury and Venus in the same orbit of Sun, but at distant places. So in one round, the Sun is lagging behind by 1 degree, the Moon is lagging by 13 degrees. The remaining all are within 1 degree, so we don't see them so much. So now 1 month is taken. In a month, the Moon goes all around and comes in front of Sun. In the meantime, the Sun goes from Mesha to Vrishabha. So other planets are also just like Sun is moving. Mercury and Venus move same speed. Mars is little slower than Sun. Jupiter is much slower. Saturn is much slower. While all these planets are going left hand side, Rahu and Ketu go right hand side. They go ahead of Kalachakra. So now in 3 months, Sun has gone from Mesha to Vrishabha, Vrishabha to Mithuna, Mithuna to Karka. And Moon made 3 rounds and comes in front of Sun. Third Amasya. Now 1 full year. In 12 months, into one full year. So Venus, Sun, and Moon, Mercury, 3 of them move the same speed. The Moon completes 13 rounds in within 1 year because of the faster motion. And Mars is almost trying to follow with Sun. Jupiter will go from one Rashi to another Rashi in 1 year. It went from Mesha to Rishabha. And Saturn is only here somewhere in the middle. Now Mars. Mars 1 year will, 1 circle will take. Mars will take 1.5 years to complete 1 round. So Sun will come here in 1 year. Mars is here. 1.5 years. Now Jupiter, he will take 12 years. Now Saturn, he will take 30 years to complete 1 round. This is Saturn. By the time Saturn completes 1 round, Jupiter will complete 2.5 rounds. Jupiter 1 round completed 12 years. 12 plus 6, 18 years. 18 plus 6, 24 years. 24 plus 6, 30 years. Now 30 years. In the meantime, Saturn completed 1 round. Now we have Rahu Ketu. Well, all of them are going backward. Rahu Ketu goes ahead in 18 years. So Rahu comes back to starting point in 18 years. So this is how all these planets, they have their daily motion, and every day they are rising and setting like the sun. In east they are rising and west they are setting. But because they have some relative motion with respect to Kalachakra, that relative motion is making them lag behind by the starting point of Kalachakra. So over a period of particular time, they make one reverse revolution that is being indicated. Now, for example, Saturn, if you take, we saw that Saturn will take 30 years to go around and complete 1 round. Where is Saturn now? Saturn is here. 18 years he came here. So in 30 years he is completing 1 round. There are 12 Rashis. For Saturn to go from one Rashi to other Rashi would take 2.5 years. So for example, if you are born in now currently Saturn is here, just now we entered into Vrishika. If somebody is born in Dhanu Rashi is anywhere here to here. Someone is born here. Dhanu Rashi is basically from mid of December to mid of January. So now as soon as the Saturn entered into Vrishika, the people who are born in Dhanu Rashi, there is the effect of Saturn. So in this 2.5 years, the effect of Saturn is gradually increasing. Dhire dhire, it will be increasing. Then after 2.5 years, Saturn enters into Dhanu. Then the effect is more. So it travels in Dhanu for 2.5 years, and then the Saturn enters into Makara. Then its effect is gradually reducing. So first 2.5 years, the effect of Saturn is gradually increasing. Then the effect is at peak next 2.5 years. In the next 2.5 years, the effect is gradually reducing. So for 7.5 years, there is the effect of Saturn upon us. That's why it is called Sadhisati. So similarly, the Jupiter will stay in our Rashi for 1 year. For that 1 year, Jupiter effect will be there as Sun is. And Sun will be there in our Rashi for 1 month. That 1 month, there is effect of Sun on us. So like that, all these different things are there. For more details, you can approach an astrologer. They will tell exactly how they are affecting and why they are affecting, etc. But in general, every planet has some effect upon us based on the relative position of these planets with respect to some particular nakshatra and graha, and at what distance they are located from our nakshatra and our graha. So that's how the relationships are explained and understood. But anyway, we'll not get into that astrology thing and all. So just like here we saw how all these planets such as the moon, sun, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu are all making a relative motion with respect to this. And there is something called as 7S here. So we Saptarushi is actually they're indicating that is actually representing the heaven. So we heard that one day in heaven is our 1 year, 365.25 days. And 1 month there is our 30 years. And 1 year there is our 360 years. So how it is that? So how do we understand from this simulation? How our 1 year is there 1 day, our 30 years is there 1 month, our 360 years are there 1 year. So here there is simple animation. If in the previous animation, if you see, if you remember, so a day means the sun is making one round around Earth. That is the definition of day. Because sun is located in one direction. So in whichever direction the sun is there, that side is bright, other side is dark, and sun is going around that particular abode. That is called 1 year for that particular abode. So now, if in this particular simulation, if you see, the sun is here and Saptarushi Mandal is here. So both of them are moving together. Only this part of the people will keep seeing sun always. So our entire day has day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, midnight, and next morning on the earth. But on the Saptarishi Mandal, only one people are only experiencing sun continuously. So what about others? So now you see here how the day happens there. Day means we have all the 4 phenomena: morning, afternoon, evening, and night. And now you see, on a normal day, the sun is going and Saptarishi Mandal is going. People who are on this side of the Saptarishi Mandal will continuously seeing sun. They always have daytime. The other part of people always have night time. So our 1 day is like a small time for them. So there is no change in the sun's position for them. But in our 1 year, what is happening? The sun would be making one reverse round. So now, initially these people are having noon. Now these people will have noon. Now these people will have noon. And now these people will have noon. This side people. So now when sun comes here, these people will have noon. So like in 1 year, sun is going all around. That is creating one complete day for the Saptarishi Mandal. So in 30 years, as sun is going around again and again and again 30 times, the Saptarishi Mandal going from one Rashi to other Rashi. Moving from one Rashi to other Rashi is like 1 month. Previously we saw sun moving from Mesha to Rishabha is 1 month. Similarly, the Saptarishi Mandal moving from one Rashi to other Rashi is 1 month. And similarly, the Saptarishi is moving from all the 12 Rashis. That is 1 year. That would take 60 years. So because of the relative motion of Svargaloka, the whatever luminary that are there in Svargaloka and them with respect to sun and Kalachakra. So over 1 year they have day and night, over 30 years they have 1 month, and over 360 years they have 1 year. So basically 1 day means experiencing sunrise, noon, sunset, midnight, and next sunrise. That is one day. And 1 month means moving from one Rashi to other Rashi. 1 year means covering all the 12 Rashis. Because our day and night are with respect to sun, and we are seeing sun's motion. For heavenly beings, their motion itself is taken into consideration. They are moving from one Rashi to other Rashi is considered to be their month and their year. Like that. This is how in the heaven they have day and night for every 1 year, month over 30 years, and year over 360 years. So this is some basic understanding of how these things are happening. But those who are interested, they can get into more details and try to understand how it is, etc. The idea is Srimad Bhagavatam gives a hint of all such things. So even Srimad Bhagavatam also talking about those things which we hear. Yeah, Isa hota hai, Vaisa hota hai. We always hear that okay, heaven they have 6 months daytime, 6 months nighttime. How? Here is one simulation to show that. So it is like that. So with that, we are done with the second topic. So we have understood how day and night is happening as per Srimad Bhagavatam, and we also saw how the combination of day and nights, how the years are happening and months are happening. We saw that, and then how the moon is changing its phases. That also we saw, and how on the heaven people will have 1 day over 1 year and 1 year over 360 years. That also we saw now. And next thing is Uttarayana Dakshinayana. How Uttarayana Dakshinayana happens. So before that, any questions?
No questions, Prabhuji. But there is one fact I wanted to ask you. These Saptarshis, they experience a longer day. So that is the same principle as on the Earth planet, the North Pole and the South Pole. They experience sunrise and sunset.
6 months. For a period of 6 months, they have daytime. Over a period of 6 months, they have nighttime. Similarly, as you go upper and upper, the same phenomena applies. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I just out of curiosity, I wanted to know that all this finer angle you were mentioning, this is 150.18 like that. So who has calculated this, Prabhuji? Like always means right from the time we started studying cosmology, I had this question. Even the Dvipas and big mountains, their exact dimensions. Like it is mentioned in the scriptures, though it is seen by the munis and saints.
Okay, when the scriptures came into existence?
Pardon?
When the scriptures came into existence?
Like Vedas though were eternal, the Lord gave it to Brahma, and then other
And
scriptures.
Puranas?
Yes, they was compiled it. No?
And before that, they were not there?
No, they were there, but written form, yes, they compiled.
Forget about whether written form or oral form. Since when they were there?
Since they were written in Dwapar Yug, Prabhuji, at the end of Dwapar Yug.
So Dwapar Yug उसके पहले नहीं था?
No, it was there, but it was just put in on paper in Dwapar Yug.
That is
so that
fine.
is how we know it.
The concept. I'm not asking about the written form, but the concept, a particular the concept of that particular scripture, from when it is there?
Since creation.
That's all. Same thing. These dimensions are also given since the beginning of the creation. It is not someone added in between after measuring, after seeing them.
Okay, so that means Lord only has given all the details of his creation.
Yes. Lord or his devotee? One of them.
Okay.
He's empowered.
So all this is included in the Chatushloki, which the Lord spoke to Brahma.
Chatushloki, the essence. It's details.
Means
the details are mentioned.
Details.
Everything is I did. See, basically, which in childhood we hear stories, no? The story moral is do not speak lies. But don't say like do not speak lies. You make up a story. That story will help to so many people, and the people will live in a village. There is a home. There is a well. There is a forest. There is a mango tree. There is mango flower, mango fruits. There is a owner, and it's like that. All these people will be there through that story. You tell the moral. Same way. There is essence and there are details. The essence and details are coexisting together since the beginning of the creation.
Yes. So these are the expansions of the concise knowledge which the Supreme Lord gave Brahma. He expanded and then Narad Muni
See,
expanded and
the essence is so the Lord is the source of everything, and we are in the material world, Lord in the spiritual world. In order to go back to God, we need to practice bhakti. That is the essence of Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. Yes or no? If you remember.
yes. Yes.
First shloka talks about Lord is the source of every creation, material and spiritual creation. Second shloka talks about the material Maya and spiritual Maya, Yoga Maya, Mahamaya. And third shloka talks about how Lord deals with Yoga Maya, Mahamaya. Fourth shloka talks about Bhakti. By practicing Bhakti, we move from Yoga Maya to Mahamaya. So now the details. So what is Yoga Maya? Tripad Vibhuti. What is Mahamaya? Ekpad Vibhuti. So what do you mean by Ekpad Vibhuti? There are unlimited universes within and within a universe there are 14 planetary systems. Within every planetary system there are different kinds of people are living. This kind of karma, transmigration, this, that, parents, children, marriage, and so many things are there. These are all details. But like that.
And Prabhuji, just like means what could be the purpose of giving so many detailed dimensions of everything? Like because it is for us means for our small brain, it's means it's just
See,
like wow factor and
don't limit to yourself. The scriptures are universal. Scriptures are not only meant for you and me. Scriptures are meant for Satyayuga people also, Dwapara Yuga people also, Treta people also, Satyayuga people also. See, life simple. This is my understanding. One person may understand essence and they will practice for the same and they will go back to Godhead. For him it is easy, okay. But some people want to get into details. There should be facility for everyone. You are not interested in details, don't worry. Stick to the essence. Somebody want to go through the details, let him go through.
okay.
And some people want to go through the details on 10%. Some people want to go through details 20%. Some people want to go through details 100%. Yeah, there should be
Right.
facility for everyone.
Yes.
So you can't say that because you are not interested in details, why details are required. So kuch rakho mat. You are not interested, but there may be a person next to you. They might be interested in all details. Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
For
Thank you.
example, you have studied doctor. See, the mother also knows how to cure. The mother says बुखार हो गया तो थोड़ा कषाय ले लो हो गया तो उनके लिए उतना काफी है डिटेल में जाने की जरूरत नहीं बट यू स्टडीड एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल
Hmm.
so you tell your mother no not like that not like this like this like that like that you may tell so many symptoms this happened that happens etc etc she will say forget about all these things हमको पता है ज्यादा कूदेगा तो पैर दुखेगा she
Hmm.
understand the essence बट आप बोलेंगे अभी आप ज्यादा खेल कर के मैदान में ज्यादा खेला था ऐसा ट्विस्ट हो गया इसकी वजह से देयर वाज अ हेयरलाइन फ्रैक्चर एंड इट विल टेक 20 days to heal etc you may say everything in detail but your mother is not intentional details she knows if you jump wrongly when something is broken it will take some time to heal बस उतना काफी है it
Right.
changes from person to person who is interested in details they will get into who are not interested in details they'll move on.
Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you.
So it's like I'm just giving you some information because it is there in the Bhagavatam. Since all of you are studying Bhagavatam as a course, so when it comes to course, you need to go through. So if you are interested, you will remember, you will work on it further. you are not interested, just here write exam and bol jao.
No, it is very amazing and interesting, but I just out of curiosity I wanted to know that.
No. I'm not telling about you. You means in general anybody on the
Yeah,
receiving
yeah.
side. See, when I say you, it is not to you in general.
Yes. Yeah.
This is my
Thank
understanding. So for anyone, when we study Bhagavatam also, Bhagavad Gita also, it is not that everyone does the same thing routinely. Different people will get inspired by different aspects of scripture.
you. Right.
There should be facility for everyone to get attracted to scripture. So that way. Some people might get attracted to pastimes. Some people get attracted to philosophy. Some people get attracted to this, such kind of things. Some people get attracted to some other things. So it is like that.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Hare Krishna, other devotees have any questions?
No, Prabhuji, thank you.
Vinit Prabhu. Or so Uttarayana, Dakshayana. Now third point, how the seasons are happening, how seasons are changing, etc., etc. So I think before starting, let us have a couple of minutes break, then we'll continue. So this topic will continue for a long time. So we'll just have quickly some small break, then we'll continue. All right. Hare Krishna. Devotees are there?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll move on. So basically, how this we really experience generally, especially in Mumbai, and especially those who go little south or downward, they can actually experience more and more. If we occasionally observe in our temple also every day, because we sit for chanting, we used to see during Guru Puja time the sunlight, the way it falls. So at one time the sunlight goes towards our right side, or sometimes goes towards the left side, sometimes straight away comes down through the window. So in a year, starting from January to July, the sun gradually rises. Though in each direction also. For example, I will start my video. So this is east, which is in front of me. So in January, though it is east, in the east also on the right hand side, the sun rises this corner. This is called, we call the southeast, and southeast sun rises. And the through window, the sunlight always comes down and falls this side of the person. And in the April, sun rises exactly in front of us. In June, July, the sun rises in the northeast. The sunlight goes like this, shadow comes like this. And again, October again same, again goes toward the side. So for a period of 1 year, January to July, July to January, we see sun moving from southeast to northeast. Early morning hours, while we are doing japa, we can observe that. And similarly, the moon also goes from southeast to northeast while it is rising time or setting. We can see the backside also. So southwest and northwest and all in a period of 27 days. Within 27 days, it will be moving from his rising position moves from southeast to northeast and northeast to southeast. One cycle. So this concept is called Uttarayana Dakshinayana. Moving from southeast to northeast is called Uttarayana because it is going towards north, and moving from northeast to southeast is called Dakshinayana. That is because it is going towards south. This concept, though we may see, but we may not pay so much attention to it, but it is happening regularly. This concept is not only applicable for sun and moon, it is applicable for all the planets. But since sun and moon are more visible to us, we see the sun throughout the day, the moon throughout the night, whenever it is there, and we can actually perceive their movement towards north and south. So with reference to sun and moon, we try to understand this Uttara and Dakshinayana. Similarly, all other planets also go through Uttara and Dakshinayana. But we may not be able to experience and understand that where is the Mars, Mercury, Venus, how they are going sun and north and south and all. And we may not see so much. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, in 24th chapter, there was one shloka gives a hint about this. So the sun, moon, and Rahu Ketu going Uttara and Dakshinayana. And this one shloka opens up the understanding of Uttara and Dakshinayana, which helps us understand how the seasons are changing and how eclipse is happening. This is like a seed verse for both the concepts. And this verse says, the sun globe, which is a source of heat and light, extends for 10,000 yojanas. The moon extends for 20,000 yojanas. And Rahu extends for 30,000 yojanas. This is one verse which is giving some information, but it has so much inside it. And this was one shloka. Srila Madhvacharya says that there is some correction needed. Because if you see the shloka, yad adas taraner mandalam prataptastad vistarato yojana ayutam. Yojana ayutam. Taraner mandalam. Taraner mandalam means sun. Yojana ayutam. Sun is moving up and down by 10,000 yojanas. Achakshate dvacha sahasram somasya. Similarly, the moon is seen to be moving up and down by a distance of dvacha sahasram. So technically, dvadasha means dvadashi, 12,000, but translated as 20,000. Madhvacharya says that this dvadasha should be changed as dvidasha, 2 times 10, 20. Then somasya trayodasha, trayodasha means 13, but it should be taken as 3 dasha, 30. So these are the two corrections to be taken into this verse. This is the second correction. Rahu, Soma, Ravi, Namcha, Mandaladvi, Gunoksitam. They should be taken as twice to the previous one. Soma should be twice to the Rahu. Sorry. Soma should be twice to the Sun. Sun is 10,000. Soma should be taken as 20,000. And if Soma is 20,000, Rahu should be taken as 40,000. 2 times to that. But 40,000, 30,000 are more or less bigger number compared to 10, 20. So it is considered like that. So this is like that. The first change was the milk ocean and curd ocean should be interchanged. And this is the second correction. These two corrections should be taken into Bhagavatam. Remaining all correct. Vinaiva sarvam unnayam yojana bedatu atartu. Remaining all should be accepted as correct. So now, what do you mean by going up and down? As per the details given in the Bhagavatam, we saw that Earth and Sun distance is 12 million yojanas. Earth and Moon is 30,000 yojanas, and Rahu should be well inside. And Rahu's orbit is located 10,000 yojanas below the orbital plane of Sun. And the Moon is located 1 lakh yojanas above. So whatever it is, where exactly 1 lakh, how it is 1 lakh, we don't know. These are arbitrarily we have put Rahu below the orbital of Sun and Moon above the orbit of the Moon Sun. So now, when Bhagavatam says Sun extend by 10,000 yojanas, Moon extend by 20,000 yojanas, it is like this. In a period of 1 year, the Sun goes up and down and comes to a starting point. And then the Moon also goes up and down and comes to a starting point in a period of 27 days. And Rahu also goes up and down and comes to starting point in a period of 18 years. 27 days, 1 year, 18 years. Goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But Bhagavatam says 10,000. This is much more. Moon for Sun 10,000, for Moon 20,000. This is also much more. Rahu 30,000. Year to year 30,000. How to understand this? When we see 3 of them in one window, the 2 lines drawn from extreme points in this window position, dotted line, from here to here 10,000. In the same position, here to here for Moon it is 20,000. The same position for Rahu it is 30,000. From here to here. So the window I have taken here. Somebody might ask question, why you have taken the window here? Why not somewhere else? But we know some details. Previously we heard it. The diameter of the earth is 1000 yojanas. Diameter of the moon is 108 by 400 into 1000 yojanas. 1000 into 108 by 400. And the distance between the sun, earth and moon, it is 108 times to the diameter of the moon. 1000 into 108 by 400 into 108. It becomes 29,160 yojanas. This is the orbital radius of the moon planet. Similarly, we have same relation for sun also. So for sun, the diameter of the sun is 108 times to the diameter of the earth. And the distance between the earth and sun is 108 times to the diameter of the sun. 10,000, 1000 into 100 into 1. This is the total distance. From here to here, this is the value. No. At this distance, sun is moving from here to here. In Vayu Purana, it tells about the distance from here to here. The distance from here to here, it is 180 times 21,221. This is the distance traveled by sun from here to here. So 180 times 21,221, and we know this distance. So, and in this particular window, this distance will become 10,000 yojanas. So we know the mathematical formula. If in a triangle from here to here is one value, and here to here also we know. This is also same triangle, similar triangle. We know this distance from here to here 10,000 yojanas. So if you know here to here, the ratio between this and this is equal to the ratio between this and this. If you want to know this one is equal to, this is the formula. And this comes from here to here, the window, the location of the window of sun, 30,536 yojanas. And the moon's orbit is at 29,000. 29,000 is the same place only. We have taken the window. This is some basic triangular mathematics only. If you have understood, okay, and otherwise also don't worry so much. This is not basically the details mentioned in the Bhagavatam should be seen in a particular location, which we call as window. In this window, we see that the sun is going up and down by 10,000 yojanas. In this window, we see moon going up and down by 20,000 yojanas. In the same window, the Rahu and Ketu are going up and down by 30,000 yojanas. In the respective location, they may be going less only. But because we are seeing in this window is farther than the actual location, we see it here to here. So while sun, moon, and Rahu, they are going up and down like this. Once in a while, they come in the same line. The sun going up and down is called from here to here is called Uttarayana, and here to here is called Dakshinayana. So now we see that. So basically, at any given point of time, the sun disk or the moon disk, from here if you see, trial line to the topmost point, trial and bottommost point, that will be half degree. The sun disk and moon disk always see same by us by half degree. So it is like that. So once in a while, they come in the same line. That is called eclipse. So here, sun going up and down. Sun going from bottommost point to the topmost point is called Uttarayana. Sun coming down from the topmost point to bottommost point is called Dakshinayana. So whenever they are in the same line, that is called eclipse. So they may be the same line like this, or they may be in the same line like this, or they may be in the same line like this. Anywhere, because sun is going from here to here. The eclipse can happen when sun is here, or when sun is here, like that, anywhere. So whenever all these four are in the same line, that will be called as eclipse. And sun going up and up is Uttarayana, sun coming down is Dakshinayana. Similarly, the moon going up is moon Uttarayana, moon coming down is moon Dakshinayana. But that is not of much interest. We only focus on suns going up and down only. So here is the principle. So what happens is briefly mentioned in the shloka, 5th canto, 24th chapter, 2nd shloka. But how it happens? We have provided so many references. So we will not be seeing all the references, but one reference easy to understand is from Vaibhav Vishnu Purana. So this is from Linga Purana. So it says that there are 180 circles between north and south. As sun is moving from south to north or north to south, there are total 180 circles are there. So as I showed some picture before, Dhruva pulls the ropes up, and as and when the sun is traveling around, so Dhruva pulls the ropes. As Dhruva pulls the ropes, the sun goes towards Dhruvaloka. As sun is going toward Dhruvaloka, the ropes become shorter, and the chariot is dragged into inner tracks. And day after day for 180 days, the Dhruva is continuously pulling the ropes. The radius of the orbit of the sun gradually decreases. When R is reducing, circumference also reduces. The speed of the sun also reduces because the sun had to complete one round in every 24 hours. When the radius of the orbit is reducing, the total circumference also reduces. The total distance traveled by the sun's chariot will become less. The sun's speed becomes less. You see here now. So now, sun is here. This is the rope with which the Dhruva is pulling. As he pulls, day after day after day, sun is moving towards Dhruvaloka. As sun is moving toward Dhruvaloka, the orbital radius is gradually reducing. There is some problem in this animation. The sun is supposed to be here only. It's supposed to go like this. So it is going inside some correction. I will do that. But basically, from January to July, the sun is pulled towards Dhruva. As it going upward, the overall radius of the orbit reduces. So circumference reduces. For the sun to cover this full distance, he will have 10-24 hours with him. So he will slowly run in Uttarayana days. The speed of the sun gradually reduces during Uttarayana. Similarly, in the opposite side, during Dakshinayana, the ropes are loosened. The sun actually goes downward, goes away from the Dhruva. So that's why the orbits become bigger and bigger every day. So here also some correction have to be done. This simulation in this animation it's supposed to be here. So this is how we see the orbits are gradually reducing as sun is going upward and gradually increasing as sun is coming downward. Here I have showed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 orbits only. But like that there are 180 orbits. This is basically that particular day. In January 14th, sun will be traveling like this. I have showed 6 because every month one I showed. Is mid-January, mid-February, mid-March, mid-April, mid-May, June, July. Again, August, September, October, November, December, January. It's like that. 6 months, 6 orbits I have shown. So, like that. So, it's going upward and coming downward. So, slowly, slowly, slowly. The same concept is again explained in the Vishnu Purana. The Vishnu Purana says that when he's going upward, first he comes in and goes up, comes in, goes up, comes in, goes up. It's like a step. And similarly, when he's coming downward, when Dhruva loses the roofs, really like this. So, in general, over a period of 6 months, sun is going upward. During other 6 months, sun is coming downward. Dhruva is pulling him towards him and loosening him. So, this is how the Uttarayana, Dakshinayana are explained in the Vishnu Purana and Linga Purana by the pulling of ropes of sun chariot by Dhruva. So, we see this here. This is in Vaipurana. So, Vaipurana says that the far end of Dakshinayana will take place in Magamas. At that time, the sun will be traveling just above Manasutra mountain. It will be in 7th island. And during equinox points, during Vishwa in April and October, the sun will be traveling just above the north part of the Milk Ocean, the 6th ocean. From 7th Dvipa to 6th ocean, the sun comes a little inside. At the far end of Uttarayana, which comes in Shravana Mas or July, the sun will be traveling just above the northern regions of the 6th island, Shaka Dvipa. While explaining all these things, the Vaipurana also gives the diameter of the sun's orbit. So these are the diameters. At the far end of Dakshinayana in January, the diameter of the sun is 31.5. In April and October, 25.4. In July, 23.8. It will be traveling in 7th island, 6th island, and 6th ocean, 6th island. It is coming gradually in and again goes out. It's like that. This is from Vaipurana. And Bhagavatam, okay, these are all same. Here the number is given. The width of each track is 21,221. So every day sun is traveling in one track. The width of the track is 21,221. So in the Shishimara planetary system, we saw that the Shishimara head is downward and tail is upward. So we also saw what are the different things that are located in the Shishimara. So yes, on the topmost part of the Shishimara is Dhruvaloka, and below the Shishimara is Bhumandala. Sun keeps moving up and down in this area. Then in the same chapter, there is mention about 24 nakshatras, where these nakshatras are located. 14 nakshatras are on the right hand side, 14 nakshatras on the left hand side. Of these 14, Punarvasu and Pusha are located between Saptarishis and Saturn. So kindly see, Punarvasu and Pusha are located between Saptarishis and Saturn. Saptarishis are here, Saturn is here. So Punarvasu and Pusha are somewhere here at this point. Though I showed 14 stars, Pusha, the 14 stars here, Pusha to Uttarashada, Abhijit to Punarvasu, we may think like this, the stars may be here. But of this 14, 2 stars are here. And then Ardra and Ashlesha are in between 7 Saptarishis and Saturn. Abhijit and Uttarashara are below Rahu, Agasti and Yamaraj. Rahu and Yamaraj are here. So Abhijit and Shravana are below this, somewhere here. So some nakshatras are here, some nakshatras are here. So like that, other nakshatras are location also mentioned. Some are above Rahu, Shravana and Purvashada above Rahu. Dhanishta and Moola are also above Rahu. Shatabija and Jyeshta are above Rahu and below Sun. and 8 stars on the south side, 8 stars on the north side. So taking this verse into consideration, placing them properly in their respective location as per the details given here. So these are the 27 nakshatras which are situated along with the 12 rashis, along with the 28th nakshatra Abhijit. They are supposed to be like this. They are not exactly the flat plane, but they are actually inclined plane. And this is the Shishmara. The Shishmara head is here, tail is here, and Pusha, Punarvasu. This is Pusha, Punarvasu, Ashlesha, and Aradra are almost at the tail portion of the dolphin. And Mula, Purvashada, Uttarashada, Shravana, Abhijit are at the head portion of the Abhijit. And the remaining are right hand side, some of them are left hand side. As Shishmara is rotating around, the Kala Chakra will be rotating like this. So you can see like this. So in an inclined plane only, revolving in a circular fashion. So when Sun is traveling in January, Sun will be entering into Makar Rashi. January 14th, Sun is entering into Makar Rashi. That's why we celebrate Makar Sankranti. And day after day, Sun is going from Makara to Kumbha in a month. And then Meena, then Mesha, Rishabha. As Sun is going from one Rashi to other Rashi, the Sun's orbit is gradually raised. Over a period of 6 months, we see that Sun's orbit is gradually going upward for 6 months, again 6 months coming downward. So going upward is called Uttarayana, coming downward is Dakshinayana. Same thing we can see in an inclined. So here we saw front side, and you stand here and see how this orbit is going up and down. You see, gradually going up and coming down. So this is how the Sun's orbit is moving up and down, up and down, up and down for a period of 1 year. So normally it appears to be like this. Sun is gradually going up and down in the same place. But as we saw previously, as it is going up, the orbital length is decreasing. So this is the yearly orbit of Sun, like a helical spring. So in Bhagavatam 5:21-3-6, these verses talks about the Uttara and Dakshinayana concept. That time we did not discuss them. It says that during Uttarayana, the sun moving with slow speed, ascending in the sky, moves through the 6 zodiac signs. And during that time, the days become longer and nights become shorter. And sun will be moving from Makara to Mithuna. Makara to Mithuna. Sun is gradually going upward. This will take 6 months. And from Karaka to Dhanu, it's coming down 6 months. As it's going upward, the sun speed will reduce. Because here he has to travel a long path. He goes faster. Here he has to travel a small path. He goes slowly. So like that. Similarly, during Dakshinayana, with quick speed descending, the days become shorter and nights become longer. And sun moves from Karkataka to Dhanu. So this concept of days becoming longer, night becoming shorter, days becoming shorter, night becoming longer, we'll discuss later. And then so Makara to here, Uttarayana, Karka to Dhanu, Dakshinayana. And during equinox, traveling with medium speed, the day and night are equal. During this equinox time, the sun will be traveling in Aries and Libra. Only in 1 day and night of a year. This equal day and night will take place only once in a 1 day in the year. Actually, 2 days. Once it happens in April, once it happens in October. That day particularly we see the daytime will be 12 hours and nighttime will be 12 hours. And throughout the year, at all time we can see sometimes the daytime is more, sometimes the nighttime is more. Especially now, since it is November, we can see the sun would be rising a little late, maybe around 6:30, 6:45 you can see every day. And sun would be setting little early only, around 5:30, quarter to 6. So apparently your daytime will be around 11 to 11 and a half hours. night time will be from 13 to 14 hours. So as you go further, in January, you see sun would be rising around 7:30 and setting around 5:30 only. So your day, apparently your whole daytime is 10 to 10 and a half hours, and night will be 13 and a half to 14 hours. The same thing will happen in the opposite way in June, July. In June, July, there are no rains. You can actually see the sun would be rising at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and sun would be setting around 7:30, 7:15, 7:30, 7:30 के बीच में. That time you see 14 hours daytime and 10 hours nighttime. So this thing is taking place. So in general, on average, every month, either the daytime or nighttime will change by 1 Gatika. 1 Gatika is 24 minutes, approximately half an hour. For example, now in this particular November month, our daytime we can say that 11 hours and nighttime is 14 hours. The December, the daytime will become 10 and a half hours, nighttime will become 13 and a half hours. And in January, our daytime will become 10 hours, nighttime will become 14 hours. Approximately around 24 minutes every month, increasing and decreasing. So during the north coast, especially we are in Mumbai, with respect to us, our Sukadev Goswami, the place where they are discussing. Northern coast, the days become longer, and southern coast night become longer. And the same chapter in three different verses, 21:10, 21:12, 21:19, the three different speeds of the sun are given. When you translate the speed into circumference and radius, you'll get these radiuses. Bhagavatam takes pi is equal to 3. By taking pi is equal to 3, these are the radius. If you take pi is equal to 3.14, you will get this one in the bracket. So basically, the first speed, the first rate is 15.85, second is 17, third is 18. So 18 would take place in Makar Sankranti, January. This is in October and April, and this is in June, July. So by giving these three speeds, Bhagavatam is indirectly telling that yes, there is something called as Uttara and Dakshinayana, and is going up and down. Of course, it is already told in the couple of verses in the previous slides. All the three, four verses are talking about how Uttara and Dakshinayana things are happening, how phenomena changing, day and night is changing, etc., etc. And here the speed also changing. The speed also given in the same chapter. So with these details, we can understand how it is increasing or decreasing, etc. So now one concept is how the daytime is increasing and nighttime is reducing. How to understand that? Here you see, in January, when sun is here on Makar Sankranti day, 15 January, the South Pole would be bright throughout the day. They will have 24 hours daytime and 0 hours nighttime. In the line of equator, they would have 12 hours day, 12 hours night. And in the North Pole, they would have 0 hours daytime and 24 hours nighttime. It's full night only, and in January month. And the sun gradually moving upward. In 3 months, sun comes to line of equator. When he comes there, one day before, just below the line of equator, the South Pole would have 24 hours daytime and 0 hours nighttime. On this day, when sun came to line of equator, 12 hours daytime, 12 hours nighttime. And one day after, the sun goes little bit above, 0 hours daytime, 24 hours nighttime. 2 days before, 24 hours daytime, and one day before, 12 hours day, 12 hours night, and this day today, 24 hours nighttime only. Same thing happens in the opposite side in the North Pole. One day before, 0 hours daytime. On that particular day, equinox day, 12 hours day, 12 hours night, and one day later, 12 hours day, 24 hours day. And starting from this particular day, here they will have day for 26 months, and here they will have night for the coming 6 months. So 3 months later, by the time sun goes to the line of Capricorn, line of Cancer, you see here they will have 24 hours day, 0 hours night, 24 hours night, 0 hours day. Line of equator always 12 hours day, 12 hours night. Another 3 months again when sun comes back to the line of equator. So one day before it was day here, full day here. On that day, 12 hours day, 12 hours night. The one day later, full night. and here it is opposite. One day before full day, one day later full night, one day before full night, one day later full day, on that day 12 hours day, 12 hours night. So like that, finally when sun comes again to the same point. So this is how over a period of 1 year we see 3 points: North Pole, South Pole, and line of equator. Line of equator always 12 hours day, 12 hours night. North Pole 6 months daytime, 6 months night time. South Pole 6 months day, 6 months night time. So for a particular given day, anytime, on this when sun is here, here 24 hours day, here 12 hours day, here 0 hours day. We know 3 points. In between points, you can extrapolate. If we are 24 hours, here would be 20 hours, so 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. So like that, the day hours, night hours will vary according to the intermediate positions at any given day or night. So when sun is here, this part of the earth is bright. As sun goes upward, this part of the earth is bright. As sun goes upward, this part of the earth is, and when sun is here in July month, North Pole always experience daytime only. Equator, Capricorn. This is the path of sun. Sun while going up, it goes like this, and it goes like this, and it comes back like this. And while going up and down, he also passes through all these 12 zodiac signs. So what is that we have to understand is January sun is here. When sun is here, this part is completely bright, and people who are in the southern hemisphere, they experience closeness of sun. They experience intense heat. And people who are in the northern hemisphere, they experience farness from sun, and they experience winter. From January onward, the sun is going towards upward. These people's temperature gradually increasing, and their temperature gradually decreasing. And further, when they go up completely, these people experience summer now. Now sun is close to them. They experience intense summer, and these people experience winter because sun is far from them. Again, gradually coming down. So this is how the sun's going up and down causes the change in daytime, nighttime, and also change in the season. When sun is below, here summer and here winter. When sun is gradually going upward, here it will become spring. And when sun comes near, it becomes summer. All the water evaporates. When sun gone to the topmost point, when sun is returning, it becomes rainy season here. And as a result of that, when sun again crosses this line, it will be winter in the northern hemisphere. So like that, the seasons will change because the sun's relative position with respect to positions. So for example, in January, sun is here on the line of Capricorn. So that time we can see this kind of earth globe. In April, it will be like this. In July, like this. For a person who is on the line of equator, he will see orbits like the sun going up and down like this only throughout the year. So here or here. For a person who is towards this side, the southern side, he will see sun's orbit is little inclined. For people like us who are in Mumbai, towards northern hemisphere, we see sun's orbit like this. This is how our experience will be. So here the north, Uttara and Dakshina are shown. If you capture over a period of 1 year, the position of the sun every day rising and setting, it comes to be like a 8. It is called analemma. So whatever 8 I showed now, the same 8 is here. The modern science calls it as analemma effect. So here you can see some details. Greenland is at 75 degrees north. Mumbai 20 degrees north. Singapore 1 degree north is almost on line of equator. Cape Town minus 35 degrees south. Bahia minus 40 degrees south. Cape Horn, it is much less, minus 50 degrees or something like that. So in all these places, you can see. Here 4 months are there. In a year, 4 months are considered. This is March, this is December, and this is October, and this is June, July. So in that way, in Greenland, here June, July, we have full day, and by the time you go here, October, the daytime becomes 11 hours, nighttime is 13 hours. In January, full night only. In March, 15 hours daytime. In Mumbai, in June, 13 hours 16 minutes. In October, 12 hours. In December, 11 hours. In March, 12 hours 20 minutes. Singapore, always 12 hours. Daytime 12 hours, nighttime 12 hours. Throughout the year, does not matter when we are. And Cape Town, 10 hours, 12 and a half hours, 14 and a half hours, 11 and a half hours. Argentina, 9 and a half hours, 12 and a half hours, 14 and a half hours, 11 and a half hours. And here Cape Han, 9 hours. This is can't read. You can also not read. So basically, here it will be less 6 hours only, and here it will be 14, 15, 16 hours, something like that. So basically, as you go up, when it is full day, the down portion will be full night. When it is full night, here zero night, a full night. So like that, north and south timings will vary over a period of 1 year. This anyway, this is about the season thing. The sun is going up. When sun is here, we have winter. When sun comes here in Bombay, we have summer. Our May June will be very hot, and it goes up again while coming back in October. Also, sun comes just above our head. In October, also we have comparatively more heat. But after October, November onwards, our temperature drops very less. In January, we have very low temperature in Bombay and Northern India. But this side, people have summer. In Australia, their summer is in February, and they will also experience comparatively good heat in November, December because of the closeness of sun. In the northern hemisphere, especially in Mumbai, etc., we have our summer in May, June. In Australia, in southern hemisphere, they have summer in November, December. So here you see. So this is the top view. This is the front view. This is the front view with inclined time wheel. When the time wheel is inclined like this, we see like this. Sun and moving together. The Kala Chakra taking sun and moon. The inclined Kala Chakra only moves around. So whichever is in the top is always in the top. Whichever is the bottom is always at the bottom only. In a normal day, the Kala Chakra moving around and taking sun and moon along with it. Now we take 1 month or something like that. In that 1 month, what happens? We see. The moon who started here is moving around, also going up and down. It came down. Same comes to normal point. This is like 1 month, 29.6 days. 29 days it is shown the fixed time wheel, and 0.6 days will show the moving time wheel. So now on the sides, the moon has gone to the topmost point and came to the bottommost point. Again comes up. Now 1 year, 1 full year. Sun actually going up. April to July. October, January, again April. So while sun going up and down, which takes 1 year, the moon going up and down by 13 times. So like this, the Uttarayana Dakshinayana can be shown. So the modern science says that this is the orbit over a period of time. The orbit will go. At some point the sun is below, some point the sun is above, some point in the middle, going that way. As a result of that, we have seasons. Because of that, this concept which is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, because of the based on the inclined time wheel, the modern science talks about it as the tilting of the Earth's axis. Earth's axis is tilted by 23 degrees. As a result of that, we have change in seasons. So they have different way of explanation. These are all same things only. So that is about Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, how these things are happening. How the Uttarayana, Dakshinayana happens briefly. Any questions?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, that means when the sun's orbit is longest, that time he is on the Manasotta mountain,
Yes,
and then
perfect.
he goes inside, and then again comes out like that.
Yes, yes. And this is how, if you see the previous simulation, so though in the Bhagavatam we hear that the moon is above, sun is below, there is only a relative concept. It is not that always sun is below or moon is above.
Yeah, because it is moving in an inclined plane.
For example, now you see the sun is below, the moon is above. But in a period of 1 month, the sun goes above, the moon goes below. So now sun is above, moon is below. So that who is closer, who is far, who is near, who is above, who is lower, etc. These are all like relative positions. So we don't have to worry about that statement. Sun is closer, moon is farther. Okay, that is not a permanent thing. That is only valid up to for 1 day. On that day when the moon is below, sun is above. And some other day, the sun will go above and moon will be below. So that will keep changing. Other devotees?
No question.
Okay. So basically, Srimad Bhagavatam is actually giving a hint how the sun and moon are also going up and down by what distance. So based on my little understanding, I try to make this simulation and try to present. But I am sure just one interaction will not help us understand everything clearly. So one should one should have some fascination for the subject matter. Then it becomes uh, kind of okay. We are regularly observing something, and when we see the simulation and all, it makes sense, and we can make it clear. But otherwise, also just itna samjho. Bhagavatam is talking about how this Uttara and Dakshina is happening as a result of the sun going up and down towards north and south. When sun is in the northern side, south side people will have winter, and north side people will have summer. When sun is in the southern side, the south side people will have summer, and northern people will have winter. And other seasons will follow with respect to summer and winter, in between rainy season, autumn, etc. etc. All these things will take place. And as sun is going towards north, the people on the north will have longer daytime. The people on the south will have shorter daytime. As sun is going towards south, the people on the north will have shorter daytime. People on the north will have people on the south will have longer daytime. So these are like general observable things, which are also mentioned in the Bhagavatam, which can be observed in our day-to-day observation also. So everything can correlate with the observation. Bhagavatam may not enter into exact details, minute details, but a general principle, the concept is being indicated in the Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, can we go to the previous slide? This one, that inclined plane, it was seen now.
Now here also, this is inclined. Okay.
This is straight only. Just previous update before eclipse that.
Okay. This is eclipse.
No,
One
not
previous.
on this one.
Ah.
Prabhuji, in this second right hand side, what I'm seeing now, Prabhuji, that Earth position is down. It is mentioned here, and with respect to Earth, whatever inclination of this chakra is there, in which the all the this are moving, that inclination remains the same, not chakra, because sometimes when you show the animation, sometimes it is looking like this, and then sometimes it is the whole plane changes like that. That is why I'm asking that it, as it is seen this inclination, the same way it keeps moving like that, or it also turns around.
No, it turns around. Na? It is a circular plane. On one side, you see it like this. The same circular plane. You are standing here. If you come here and you see, it is in front of you only, like inclined plane.
Okay,
When
so
you
like
are here, when you are this side, it appears to be like a straight line. The entire plane becomes like a straight line. So when you
yeah.
go here, it becomes in front of you, a circular disc is there, but in a tilted position.
Okay, so that other slide, it was front view shown like that.
Yes, yes.
I thought that it keeps moving this way also, and that plane keeps changing like that.
Anyway, every day on a daily basis, it keeps moving. Na? Every day it makes one round. So this one, Karka is here, na? It will go around like this and again comes here. The Makara will go around and comes here. The entire plane will make one round every day.
Right, right. They were moving in their own orbits also. Na?
Because when sun is moving in Makara, his orbit is here. When the sun is moving in Karka, his orbit is here. Like that, Makara to Karka is moving upward also and moving daily in circle fashion also. So like, that's what I
Complex
said, na?
arrangement Lord has made. Really, very nice. Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay. So we have finally one small concept about eclipse, and with that we'll wind up our discussion on Canto 5. So the same verse as we saw, these things are going up and down. While going up and down, once in a while they come in the same line. That causes eclipse. Anyway, the theoretical concept we have already saw in the previous class during the Samudra Manthan episode. These are all different pictures for that entire episode when Asuras defeated Devatas. Devatas went and took shelter of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu told them to do Samudra Manthan with making truce with the Asuras. So they chained the ocean, they got nectar, then Dhanvantari brought it. And Asuras took it. Then Mohini Murti came and began to distribute to Devatas and Asuras. So she was distributing to Devatas only. At that time, Rahu understood that, and we are not going to get it. Mohini Murti is going to teach us, cheat us. So he disguised as Devata and sat in between sun and moon. This is sun and this is moon. But in Vishnu Purana, it is said that not only Rahu, Ketu also sat along with him. Rahu and Ketu, both the brothers sat between them. First, Ketu drank and swallowed it, and Rahu was drinking it still in the mouth. The sun and moon identified and told Mohini Murti that they are Asuras. Then Mohini Murti immediately cut off their necks, both the necks. Here we see one person only. So this is Bhagavatam picture. Here we have head and body. And the nectar is still in the mouth of the Rahu's mouth. The mouth remain intact, alive, and the body burned to ashes. In the case of Ketu, opposite happened. When the nectar entered into the body remained intact, and the head became burned to ashes. So now what to do? These people drank nectar, they became immortal, at least Amara. So Brahma told. So there is nearby, there is a snake cut into two pieces and join them. So what they did, they joined the snake's body to Rahu's head. This is Rahu's head and snake's body. And they joined snake's head to Ketu's body. This is Ketu's body and snake's head. This is Rahu, this is Ketu. And since these two people drank nectar, they became Amara. They're supposed to live for one Manantara. And Lord Brahma made them in charges for two planets. The planet for which Rahu became in charge, it became known as Rahu planet. The planet for which Ketu became in charge, that became known as Ketu planet. So generally, normally Ketu Rahu is shown with the head, human head, Ketu is shown with snake head. So this is Rahu. So since the sun and moon identified that these two people are asuras, they became angry with sun and moon. So whenever there is a possibility, the concept is that they eat up sun and moon. Basically, the divine effect is Rahu and Ketu will eat up the brightness of sun and moon. The Adi Bhautika effect is that sunlight or moonlight that is coming to earth will be swallowed by Rahu or Ketu, and during that time, since we can't see Rahu or Ketu for some time, that becomes known as eclipse. But as Rahu or Ketu attacked sun or moon and swallowed their brightness, remaining devatas will pray to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu will release his Sudarshan Chakra. And that's the chakra which says after Rahu and Ketu, unable to tolerate the heat, Rahu and Ketu will give up the sun or moon whom they are swallowing, whose brightness they are swallowing, and they go away. And that's how the sun and moon become freed from eclipse, freed from the effect of Rahu and Ketu. So while the eclipse is going on, the sunlight or the moonlight that is coming to us are blocked by Rahu or Ketu. And the auspiciousness that is coming from sun and moon are also blocked. Rahu or Ketu will send forth their own inauspicious influence upon us. So during the eclipse, we were told that stay away from all the household activities, stay away from the routine activities, keep quiet, don't eat, don't cook, don't sleep, just chant Lord's holy names. After the eclipse is over, take bath and cook once again, serve, offer to the deities, and then accept it. So because during the eclipse time, the auspicious influence of sun and moon is neglected, and the inauspicious influence of Rahu or Ketu will be upon us. So in order to safeguard ourselves, we were told to stay inside the home, not to roam around outside like that.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Prabhuji, this is only when Rahu and Ketu are involved in that eclipse.
Yes.
If they are not involved, then the eclipse is still inauspicious.
See, according to our scriptures, the eclipse will happen only because of Rahu and Ketu. So there is no cause of eclipse without them. The eclipse is caused by them only. It is Rahu or Ketu only swallowing the brightness of sun or moon, which is coming to us. That's why we have eclipse. So without them, at least from Shastra point of view, there is no eclipse.
Okay. So all the planets in one line, when they are in one line, then there is an eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, the Rahu Ketu, they come specifically and swallow the lights,
or they are also
anytime
in
they
the same
can
line.
swallow.
No. In that time only they come close by, no? And they're in the same line, they'll be able to swallow that brightness which is coming to earth. So basically, the sun and moon and sunlight, moonlight are all meant for us, our well-being. That sunlight or moonlight that are coming to us will be swallowed by Rahu or Ketu. That's why we are experiencing eclipse at that time, at our place.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, it was mentioned like previous classes we studied that Ketu are like there are 100 Ketus, no? And it is mentioned that this Ketu planet is like with the 100 projections. So when we start, you mentioned that, and we have studied in the past also the Samudra Manthan episode. Rahu and Ketu they were sitting in between sun and moon, and they tried to drink the nectar. So all the 100 Ketus were there.
No, not
sitting.
100. One of the 100. One of the leader of the 100. Vishnu Purana says only two people, one Rahu and one Ketu.
Okay, so still all the other 99 Ketus are also there in the Ketu planet.
Yes. Yes. Wherever the elder brother is there, younger brothers will be there only. Na?
Okay,
But the elder brother got deformed.
okay, okay. So this Ketu planet is not the circular like other planets. It has some projections, 100 projections like that.
That I don't know. I always consider Ketu also to be one of the planet like other planets.
Yeah, because it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam that they are as if joined back to back, both Rahu and Ketu, like that.
You
Between
see
planets.
now we show animation in that you see that where how they are located. They are located 180 degrees apart. One in the right side, one in the left side. Okay. So according to scripture, that is the understanding of how eclipse happens. According to modern science, they don't have any Rahu Ketu thing. They only say whenever the sun, moon, and earth come in the same line, that causes eclipse. So within that eclipse, also there are multiple types of eclipse. One is full eclipse, one is annual eclipse, partial eclipse, like different eclipses are there. If the sun and moon are fully covered, it is full eclipse, a partially covered half eclipse, and there is something called annual eclipse also. So different things we are not getting into. We are just trying to understand the principle. Details could be many hundreds and thousands of details are there. So this is the lunar path, the moon's monthly orbital path. This is sun's yearly orbital path. When these two are intersecting, these intersecting points are called nodes, north node and south node. And the modern people, they call north node, south node, and modern and Shastric people, they say that these nodes are Rahu and Ketu. And Bhagavatam, they say there is something different, Rahu and different Ketu also. In any case, so during this time, at these nodes, nodal points, so the sun is gradually moving like this, and the moon is like this. When sun and moon come in the same line along with the earth, that causes eclipse. Generally, they say that these nodal points only the eclipse happens, not other places. That's why once in 6 months we have the eclipse. So when this in this nodal point there is eclipse, and for the sun go from here to here to here, it will take another 6 months. 6 months later, another eclipse will happen like that. So this is according to modern science. Sun is here, Earth is here, Moon is here. When the Moon comes into the shadow of Earth, that causes lunar eclipse. When Moon comes in between Sun and Earth, that causes solar eclipse. Like that, the modern science says. But our understanding is that in between there is Rahu also, Ketu also. Whenever either Rahu or Ketu comes in between the Moon and Earth, we have eclipse. You see, this is modern understanding of eclipse. This is solar eclipse. When the Moon is in between Sun and Earth, the sunlight which is coming to Earth is blocked by the Moon, and under the Moon's shadow, the people who are here will experience darkness or solar eclipse. Similarly, the lunar eclipse in the night time, when the Moon is here, because the sunlight which is passing through Earth, there is a shadow behind Earth. When the Moon comes into the shadow, we have lunar eclipse. But Vedic understanding is there is Rahu here. This Rahu will block the sunlight or moonlight which is coming to Earth, and he will send his own bad influence. It's the Rahu rays. And this area, people should practice some cultural rituals to stay away from this effect of Rahu. And here we have lunar eclipse. So the sunlight is going to moon, the moon is reflecting it is coming back to earth, but it is blocked by the Rahu or Ketu. In this area where we experience lunar eclipse, we abstain from going out and doing any other activities. So normally one lunar month is about 29.6 days, 6 lunar months are 177 days, 12 lunar months are 355 days. Eclipse occurs after every 6th lunar month. Normally, sometimes it is also after 6th or 7th month due to extra month. When generally, normally after 6 lunar months, the eclipse will happen. After 177 days, the next solar eclipse, the next lunar eclipse can happen. But in a year when there is a Adhika Maas, the eclipse can come 5th month also, 7th month also, in addition to 6th month. So in these 3 months, it can happen. 5th month or 6th month or 7th month, anytime it can happen. Sometimes in 2 subsequent months, this month also there is a partial eclipse, and next Purnami also there is another partial eclipse. So like that, in total, in a year there are 4 to 6 eclipses, that will take place. So now you see, this is solar eclipse. Solar eclipse will take place Sun, Moon, and Rahu. All the four are in same line. So this caused solar eclipse. When and 0th day. After 6 months, 6 lunar months, 177 days, there will be next eclipse. Here also there is Amavasya, but eclipse does not happen. Here also there is Amavasya, eclipse does not happen. The previous eclipse happened because of Rahu. When now Sun comes in front of Ketu, there will be next eclipse. You see? The moon is in front of Sun and also Ketu is here. There is another eclipse. 6 months, 177 days. After another 177 days, again because of Rahu, there will be next eclipse. So this could be a partial eclipse.
का
Ah,
कुठे कोणीच नाही गॅरेजचं म्हणूनच थंड होतंय सगळीकडे
so this will be the third eclipse. So like that, over a period of 6 months, every 6 months there is an eclipse. We get to see. This is about how solar eclipse happens. This is about how lunar eclipse happens. When Sun is here, the moon is in the opposite side. Rahu or Ketu comes in between Earth and Moon. That causes lunar eclipse. The previous one was with Ketu, maybe partial eclipse. The next one will be because of Rahu. So now, Sun is here, Rahu is here, the Moon is here. So Rahu comes in between Earth and Moon. It's the partial eclipse. Half Moon is covered now. The next time, 6 months later, again because of Ketu, the eclipse will take place.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
1 second, 1 second. If you go through this simulation completely, then so here is one lunar eclipse, and then in another 6 months, because of Rahu, there will be another eclipse. So this is how, over a period of 6 months, we keep having eclipses, lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. Because of Adhikamas, we may see 2 subsequent times eclipses. So last week, when there was a Sharad Purnima, I think 1 day before or something, that we had lunar eclipse, midnight 1 o'clock, the eclipse was there. You see, all of them are the same line. So like that, this is how the eclipses takes place because of Rahu or Ketu for every 6 months. Yes, Madhu.
Yeah, Prabhuji, you mentioned in previous classes now that this Rahu and Ketu are invisible planets because they are dark planets like that. So, as per modern science, they see other planets and they locate where it is and how it is. They have descriptions of it. So they don't have anything about Rahu and Ketu. Means
I
that
don't
they
know. I don't
they are
know
there.
because one of our Matva scholars, the Bhugol Varana book only they mentioned like that. From Vayu Purana, they say. That's what I repeated. But I don't know whether they have done some observations and all that. It is, I don't know.
Okay. So that is why means they, according to them, they are non-existent. Those planets.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And Prabhuji, one more thing, like where means suppose some if this Grahana Kal or eclipse period we consider as per the scriptures it is inauspicious period. So if like someone takes birth during that period, that person will be quite means his karma may be such that he has taken birth in eclipse period like that. It
We
will
don't
be.
know. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself appeared during eclipse only. So it all, it is
Yeah,
not just
right.
Graha. See, at least during the eclipse, that 1 hour or 2 hours time is not auspicious. That's fine. But somebody is born, you cannot say that his whole life will be inauspicious. Not like that. Even he may be born in inauspicious time, but his life can be auspicious also.
Right. Thank you.
So here you see some eclipse dates in the past. So recently we had October lunar eclipse. 20th October we had a partial lunar eclipse. And 14th October there was annular solar eclipse, not at our place. The next eclipse will be March 2024, 24th, 24th, 25th March midnight. We'll be moving from 24th, 25th, penumbral lunar eclipse. And then 8th April, we have total solar eclipse. After this, 17th to 18th midnight, 17th midnight it goes to all the way up to 18th also. September 24th, September, partial lunar eclipse. And 1 month later, 17th October, there is again one more lunar eclipse. So because of this year we had Adhika Maas, that effect is shown in the next year. So in the next year it is 2 subsequent months we have 2 lunar eclipses. Both are partial eclipses. And then followed by, in between 2nd October, we have a annular solar eclipse also. So in a period of 1 month we have 3 eclipses. 17th September lunar eclipse, 2nd October solar eclipse, 17th October. So generally it is said that when within a month time when there are 3 eclipses, that can lead to some bad omen. During Mahabharata battle happened like that. So now also next year also there are 3 eclipses are there. There could be some unexpected thing can happen. So like that. So that's all. These are all like future eclipses all the way up to 2930. So we have seen in brief the 4 things: passing of day and night, phases of the moon, passing of seasons, and eclipses. Briefly we discussed. So don't worry, these are not just to help you understand what it is. If you want to understand more in detail, you need to spend a little bit more time to go through. It's already 8:30. There is a small video. Just whatever we discussed, the same thing will come in the form of small video. With this video, we'll close for today's discussion.
The sound, there's no sound.
Hare Krishna, no sound.
Oh,
sound, etc. So
now you are able to
the
see
sun's
here,
rays
Mataji?
control heat and cold,
Yes, Prabhuji.
day
Hare
and
Krishna.
night, summer and winter, darkness and light throughout the universe. The Vedic geocentric model explains how the sun moves around the pole star situated vertically above Earth's north pole. As the sun goes around the Earth globe, we experience day and night. The stationary Earth, unlike the pole star, does not revolve on its own axis, though it is slightly tilted toward the pole star. During summer in the northern hemisphere, the North Pole experiences 6 months of daylight. Conversely, during summer in the southern hemisphere, the South Pole experiences 6 months of daylight. These 6-month periods correspond to a day and night for the demigods living in the heavenly planetary system. Vedic cosmology accounts for this phenomena by the vertical motion of the sun, technically called Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. The sun moves upward on an incline for half a year, and then downward for the next half. This motion produces two effects on Earth, namely the changing of the seasons and the varying durations of day and night. Ordinary vision sees the sun to be a mere globe of fire. However, celestial vision reveals a personality residing over the sun. His name is Vivasvan, and he rides on a golden chariot pulled by 7 divine horses at a speed of 16,000 miles per second. The chariot has one wheel which moves on celestial Manasottara mountain. The horizontal shaft is linked to the axial hub of the universe, Mount Meru, and the diagonal shaft is linked to the pole star. With each circular path, the wheel gradually moves laterally inward for 6 months and then outward for 6 months. Similar to the chariot's vertical motion, this lateral action fine-tunes seasonal changes on Earth. When the orbital motion of the sun is viewed from above, its illumination is seen to extend out to half of the greater Earth plane. During its orbit, the sun passes over the 4 cities situated in the 4 cardinal directions. The city over which the sun is passing experiences noon, and the city in the opposite direction experiences midnight. The 2 other cities experience sunrise and sunset. The zodiac is a conceptual celestial plate encompassing the entire sky. Like the face of a clock, the zodiac is divided into 12 divisions of 30 degrees each, called signs of the zodiac, or rashis. Each named according to the constellation of stars residing within them. These signs serve as a set of reference markers for measuring the movements of the moon, sun, and the planets. The zodiac completes one clockwise revolution of 360 degrees in every 24-hour period. The moon travels through the zodiac, but due to its slower angular velocity, it completes only about 347 degrees in 24 hours, falling behind by about 13 degrees. The day after the new moon day, we see one moon phase. The next day, the moon again completes 347 degrees, and we see the moon in its second phase. In this way, the moon appears to travel in the opposite direction through the zodiac. This is also called retrograde motion. Thus, the phases of the moon increase each day for 15 days until the full moon. Then the moon's phases decrease gradually by one phase each day until the dark moon night. The Srimad Bhagavatam describes the vertical positions of the planetary orbits. First above the Earth plane is the Sun at a height of 0.8 million miles. Next higher comes the Moon at 1.6 million miles, followed by the Nakshatras, 28 stars, at twice the height, then Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptarishi constellation, and then finally the pole star at a height of 30.4 million miles. Although the Sun is 0.8 million miles above the Earth plane, its horizontal distance from the Earth is much greater. Although varying with the seasons, the mean Earth-Sun distance works out to be approximately 100 million miles. 80,000 miles below the Sun is a dark or invisible planet named Rahu. When this planet comes between Earth and the Sun on the new moon day, or Amavasya, while the moon is in the same conjunction or straight line, a solar eclipse takes place. The eclipse is full for those on Earth who are situated in line with the conjunction, while others may see it partially. Similarly, when Rahu comes between the Earth and the Moon on the full moon day, or Purnima, while the Sun is in the same conjunction, a lunar eclipse takes place. This is seen by anyone on Earth who can see the Moon. The eclipse is either full or partial depending on the movement of Rahu. At least 5,000 years ago, the Vedas were able to predict eclipses precisely. This science is still used today with the same extraordinary accuracy.
So, thank you. Thank you very much for being patient all these days. So, we are done with Canto 5. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this wonderful explanation on this topic, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Like you have explained it so wonderfully. We are really grateful.
So,
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So, we'll close here for today with the completion of this.